Hi, so today is vlog number 4. This is going to be about our online discussion, strictly, which was RPC Chapter 7. We had a discussion regarding the paired readings, Jones, Violent Media is Good for Kids, and Chabon, The Secret Skin, an essay in unitard theory. So during our discussion, we were told to draw some similarities and to write a descriptive essay about both of the works. So in my discussion, I had mentioned that both Jones and Chabon decided to illustrate their work around the same positive part of indulging in comics, which I feel like typically is viewed as a negative, but in terms of these essays, they mention some positivity in reading this type of media. The essays were told in different perspectives, however. Jones's essay was told from a mother's point of view, which I can resonate with as I do have a 5-year-old son. So it was interesting to read Jones's essay for me. A lot of the questions that the mother asked herself in the essays are questions that I ask myself today. In the essay, Jones doesn't deny any of the dangers of the violence of cartoons to children, but he describes the part by which this type of entertainment is needed. I can relate to this because I feel like personally it is needed, and if children don't have an outlet of play in this pretend manner, then how else will they get out their feelings? I feel as though a lot of the times we deny those feelings of like aggression and anger because they're portrayed in such a negative light in society. But I feel like this type of play is important, especially for children, because how else are they gonna release those negative emotions? And you would rather have them release it in play rather than them acting out violently towards their peers and stuff like that. Chabon stresses the importance of these cartoons in his essay, but his essay is completely different because he's speaking from a child's point of view. So I really liked the way that Jones further connected the comic characters and the cartoons to the rest of pop culture, which I feel like is the whole point that this class is centralized. Each of the essays are going to relate to pop culture and society, and that there was a pre-misconception of cartoons and comic books just being kind of like garbage. But children are able to conquer their feelings of powerlessness by living vicariously through their favorite characters, which I feel like a lot of kids don't have anyone to look up to, so these types of pretend characters are needed in their lives. Chabon, on the other hand, expressed that there are negative effects of fantasies. He was told that living in a fantasy is essentially a lie. This is being told from a child's point of view. He also discusses something that's overlooked when people think of superheroes, which is their costumes. And to me, I feel like in relation to vlog number 3, when we were discussing the aesthetic aspect of evaluations and rhetoric, the costume to the superhero is kind of like the aesthetic aspect. It's the first thing that you see in the hero, and it's kind of representative of who they are without being so much in depth. So basically, Chabon's entire essay, Chabon has a portion of his essay where he's discussing the costume as a symbol. So that was my takeaway from our discussion. We got a lot of good responses here, and I'm just going to read through the rest of them. But those are the conclusions that I drew from reading the two authors' works that interpreted superhero costumes in 2 different ways, but essentially had the same message and theme. Thank you.